Good evening, and welcome back to Scooby-Tober. This week, I will be reviewing what I believe to be the most underrated Scooby-Doo film from the 1980s. It has Dracula, Frankenstein, the Mummy, and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde for some reason. No idea, just freaking go with it. Of Scooby-Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf. Let us begin. It has the typical cliche of Scooby seeing the monster of the monster, in this case, two monsters, that are the villains of the plot. And of course, Shaggy doesn't believe him. Shaggy is turned into a werewolf, reluctantly, of course, and the two monsters kidnap Shaggy, Scooby, Shaggy's girlfriend Googie, and for some reason, they actually thought it was a good idea to kidnap Scrappy. And so, in order to regain his humanity, Shaggy has to race against all the monsters of Dracula's monster realm. But of course, Dracula will not have it. He doesn't want to give Shaggy his humanity back. So, he sabotages the race and tries to make Shaggy lose. And carrying on another running gag from the previous Scooby-Doo movie I reviewed, the main villains are both stupid and have really bad luck. Like, really bad luck. Like, every time Dracula tries to throw Shaggy out of the race, it literally blows up in his face a few times. And of course, Shaggy, of course, wins the race after a series of unfortunate events, a lot of slapstick humor, and one really, really, really unlucky Dracula. And at the end, he's turned back into a human and goes back to his normal life. But wait, there's a cliffhanger. Dracula and the two monsters from before show up right outside Shaggy's house at the end, announcing, "We're back!" But then the ending credits start. So overall, this movie is filled with a lot of excitement, humor, funny humor, I might add. But I like the jokes and Boo Brothers a lot more than this one. Ah, shut up, Benny. No one asked you. Anyway, this movie is really good, and just like with Boo Brothers, it defined my childhood. And every single time I watch the movie, right at the end, when the ending credits start, just that song that plays, for some reason it mentally takes me back to being 6 years old, watching it for the first time. Scooby, Shaggy, and Scrappy, I already went over in my review of Boo Brothers, so they're pretty much the same. Now, Shaggy's girlfriend Googie, it's weird that she's included in this movie because, well, yeah, I like her as a character because she's a cheerleader. Not only does she help Scooby and Shaggy win the race with Scrappy's help, because, let's face it, an annoying little shit like him had to do something for this movie. But then, right after this movie is over, she never shows up in the franchise again. Now with the Hunch Bunch. The Hunch Bunch is the two monsters that turn Shaggy into a werewolf. I refer to them as Dumb and Dumber Igor Edition. Who is Igor? The hunchbacked monster that helped Dr. Frankenstein create Frankenstein's monster. He's a guy with the Honda that says, "Yes, master." Yeah. These two are Dumb and Dumber versions of Igor. Crunch, you can't understand a single word he says. I honestly can understand Ed from The Lion King better than Crunch. Brunch, he has a monocle, and he seems like all so intelligent. Like, oh, why do you even worry about Shaggy, sire? He's not worth your time. It's just like, he acts like a snob, but he's a dumbass. They both are. There's nothing more to their character than that. They're dumbasses, and they screw up. A lot. Sure, it leads to a lot of funny moments with Dracula, but still, that does not make them three-dimensional characters, Warner Brothers. What I didn't like about this movie, I've already mentioned. The whole Shaggy and Scrappy not believing Scooby when the Hunch Bunch were trying to turn Shaggy into a werewolf. I mean, like, and even toward the end, when they're in Dracula's castle, and they realize, holy shit, he was telling the truth. They don't even they don't even say sorry to him. He'd be better off introducing him to Castle Dracula this way. Oh, wait, where am I? Welcome to hell. What? No, Lord, this can't be hell. Unless Scrappy-Dappy-Doo! Holy shit, I am in hell! And another thing that I don't really like is, this is really just something I find funny. Right after Shaggy becomes a werewolf, he goes up to the snack bar, and the guy, just watch.
What'll it be, pal?
How does he not react? It's just like, dude, he's clearly a freaking monster. I mean, what? Do you know Shaggy? Do y'all hang out in the back alleys of town and smoke Mary Jane? Like, Mary Jane? Where? Calm down, Shaggy. He was just joking. This movie's humor is a lot better than Boo Brothers, especially with Dracula's relationship with Vampira. Literally, her only character trait is just like being dumb. Colorful commentary is like, oh, there's some blue, there's some gray, look, there's a camera in front of me. No wonder, right before the race starts, Dracula pretty much, he just like steps in front of her like, oh, shut this bitch up. Another thing that I find funny is Dracula literally has sunscreen of 922. And no, we do not sparkle in the sunlight. Alright, I'll give it this. That's funny. And another interesting thing, they gave the Bride of Frankenstein a name for this movie. Yeah. Because usually she's just known as the Bride of Frankenstein. The internet's gonna kill me if I don't tell this joke. Yeah. Shaggy was willing to just walk out of Dracula's castle, still a werewolf, and let's all be honest. The joke is not that Shaggy is an ultimate badass warrior that's a god and has godlike abilities. No. He's the only member of Mystery Inc. that keeps getting laid. And even as a werewolf, he probably would still be laid. Because let's be honest, Shaggy is just that awesome. Overall, I really love this movie, and I'm so glad I got to review it. And so, that being said, once again, our time together has come to an end. I shall return next week with Scooby-Tober. Until then, stay positive and stay awesome, everyone. Farewell for now.